Hey everyone, it's Brooke with Creative Heart with Brooke. I'm jumping on just a few moments so I can try to get shared into the group for today's event. I'm having camera stand issues. My camera wants to tilt over. Let me see if I can put something here to fix that. Let me see if I can get myself shared in. For some reason it doesn't allow me, it doesn't show any of my groups on my share in. Hey Delaney. So I'm trying to get shared in to, let me see if it finds me here. Whew, seems like everything I've done this morning has went wrong. I don't know. Okay, let me see if it will allow me to, oh, here we go. Okay, let's find it here. Now it wants to cooperate with me. This morning when I was trying to get it, there it is. Come on, come on. Okay, now I think I should be in the group for today. Let's see here. It's wanting to be wonky. Oh, goodness. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get it to, let me see if it'll let me do it here. No. Oh, goodness. Well, it's showing on my iPad. I'm not sure what it's doing up here. There we go. All right, now let me see. Let me go to my group and see if it is in there, or if somebody can let me know if I'm streamed in there, because it's just not allowing me to share myself in for some reason. I don't know. Well, how's everybody else's morning going? Seems like everything's going wrong for me today already. What in the world? Okay, let me see. Okay, good. All right, so I'm in the group. All right, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Hey Tish. I'm having issues this morning. Okay. All right, let me get to my thing so I can see comments. All right, good. Thank you, Tish. Yeah, thanks. Expression Artworks. Okay. All right, so welcome everybody to the Lolly's Friends VIP group. It's Wednesday, January the 14th. Our theme for today is ribbons, rags, buttons, and bows, or the creator can do crafter's choice. I'm Brooke with Creative Heart with Brooke, and up after me is going to be Becca with the pink butterfly. There's an awesome lineup today for our event of all the crafters. You can support them by liking and following their pages. And then you'll see at the top of the description, there are two groups that you can join. These are free groups. So if you're interested in those groups, you can click at the above of this description. But today I am going to be creating a cute little heart, which could be used all year round. You don't necessarily have to keep it up for Valentine's Day, but I wanted to make a pretty little heart. Oh, you probably can't see it. I made one yesterday, but I'm going to make it a little bit different today. I like to sometimes make things, go ahead and make something so that I have more than one, and then usually on the second round, I change it up. And I need to get my glasses because I can't see. Let me get my glasses here. So, let me get my glasses here. Oh gosh, they're so smeared. Willow likes to touch my lenses. My mouth is so dry this morning too. I don't know what's up. But, so I have this little wooden heart. I've had these like forever. And I want to say they came from Walmart. Because I want to say the Crafter Square was a part of Walmart supplies in the craft section. I may be wrong, but I think that's where they came from. But I had 4 of these. And at the end, I'll show you the one I did yesterday. And then we'll do the one for today. So I'm going to take this off. So this one kind of had like those round, I don't know really what you call them, but they're like the little metal things so that your holes don't like really strip out. So we're gonna first take I was just gonna use, because I don't like the way the stain smells, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of darker brown paint here just to give it a stained look first, and then we're gonna whitewash it with some Ivory Waverly chalk paint. But this one was like down towards the end of my very bottom of the bottle there. So I'm just gonna take, and what I like to do is just take either a paper towel or a wipe and just kind of give it like a stained look, and then I whitewash it. We'll dry it too with the heat gun too before we apply the paint. But I just like to give it like a stained effect here instead of just the neutral wood. Let's see, my comments over here keep popping off. There's a lot of, my dad yesterday was sick. He went to the doctor. He has COVID. Right after Christmas, me, my husband, my son, my youngest daughter, and my oldest daughter, we all were sick with but they said ours was sinus infection, like a bad one. And we tested negative for everything. But my dad yesterday tested for, hey Sue, tested for COVID. So now I can't go to my mom's house for a bit because, you know, she's been around them and I don't want to go over there. So she's actually went in to work this morning to get the payroll done and was going to go home because she said she shouldn't be around other people since he has it. So she went in to get all that done. But there is a lot of sickness, including a lot of our friends in this group that have been sick. So just remember all the ones that are dealing with sickness, and hopefully they will get well soon. And especially Ollie, the one that is the host for our event today. She's actually dealing with sickness, and hopefully she will get over that soon and be able to get back to her normal routine. So let me get this wiped off. We're gonna dry this really good with the heat gun, and then we're gonna apply the ivory. I'm gonna get a sip of water. Like I said, my mouth is so dry this morning. Yesterday, I was talking to Tish on the phone, and I was perfectly fine. And then I called my mom to see what she was doing, and after I got off the phone with her, oh my gosh, when I got up out of the chair and I walked around, and all of a sudden I got really, really dizzy, and like my head was like spinning. Then I got so nauseous, and then like I just started throwing up. So I don't really know what was going on yesterday, but I had to have my grandmother come up here because I just felt so bad. And it lasted till after lunch, and then after lunch it was fine. So I don't really know what in the world was going on yesterday, but it just kind of hit me like really quick. It was kind of like vertigo, but it was, but it only lasted, it didn't last long. So I don't really know what was going on yesterday, but I'm fine this morning. So I don't know, maybe it was just something that I ate, maybe, or I really don't know, but it was just weird. let's try this. Yeah, did you get your water? Did you get your water right here? Get your water. Want your water? We're just gonna get this dry, and then we're gonna take the ivory. So this is the ivory, the little bitty bottles from Walmart. So we're going to take this. Yeah, and another thing too is that I was wanting to have my little auction, like for my Valentine's and some spring stuff, but since my dad and all is sick, like I can't really go, because that's where the she shed is. My mom's she shed, we have everything in there, and I really can't go over there and get everything ready because I don't want to be around, you know, him and sick because he has COVID. So we're just gonna kind of just wait, but I will be uploading a lot of my stuff to my website. I do have each category or collection of like my Valentine's. I've got something on there. I have not uploaded the spring yet, so I'm gonna try my best to get everything uploaded soon. I just have a little bit of Valentine's. I just gotta literally go over there and get everything out that we have packed up, and get everything organized so I can get pictures. So I made a website last year, and I have not got everything. Like each holiday, like our seasonal stuff, we pack it up and organize it, and I have not took pictures for my spring and the rest of my Valentine's. So I gotta get all those uploaded. All right, so we're just gonna kind of give this a whitewashed effect. We're gonna do the back too and the side, so it doesn't have to be like perfect, because we're gonna put some stuff on here too. So I just kind of take a little bit of paint, and then I just take the wipe and just kind of go over it. Just kind of get some on the sides. Alrighty, so that we're gonna put a little bit more, do some little brush strokes. Alright, let's give this a dry, and then hello. Let's see, I can't see that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Is it Jaquay? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct. I'm sorry if I'm not. Hello, Pam. Welcome. Yes, I'm glad that I am feeling better this morning. Yeah, it was just weird yesterday. Really weird. All right, let's get this dry. It's fine. Like I'm not going to put that much on the back, but I just mainly wanted to get the front whitewash some there. Alright, so now, let's get the rest of this paint off my hands here. Probably not. Probably can't go shopping since you've been exposed to COVID. Unless you start giving yourself IVs of vitamin C. Alright, so let's see here. I'm gonna set this to the side and we're gonna make our rag bow. I have several different pieces of fabric that I've ripped. So when I had my booth, I made a lot of these rag bows during Christmas time, and I had a tree inside the booth where I put them all on the tree, and people, like, they really loved them. I sold like pretty much all of them, but I had all types of different fabric that I used, just scrap pieces. Some was new that I had bought, but mainly just scrap pieces of fabric. So what I do is I just take, let me cut off here. I just take and make the bow part and get that. I'm gonna glue those in just a second once the glue gun heats up. I went ahead and got my battery, my second battery on charge in case this one doesn't last. But that's gonna be our bow part. So then what I do is I just take scrap pieces and lay them down on my surface here, and I just start layering them with all different types of, so like this is, let me see, well, here's the one. So this one is 20 inches. 20 inches is the length of what I have right here that I'm gonna keep. And then I just kind of layer and keep going with different types of fabric. Oops, that wanted to, and like this one's kind of stretchy, so I'm just gonna kind of let it lay there and not pull. So it turns out the bottom out there. Alright, so this is kind of like that t-shirt material. Let me cut off this part here. And let's see here, I had some long pieces of this. I'm gonna cut, this one's kind of wide. I'm just gonna cut this one down the middle, make it a little skinnier than what I have cut here. This was actually a tablecloth that they had marked down at Walmart during Easter. We have, there's like a peach color, this was a pink color, but they marked them down really cheap, so I got them to use on whatever. So it was a big rectangular tablecloth. All right, so let's see here. What's our next? Ooh, now my glue guns are dripping. All right, so then I have just some of this mesh. So we're just gonna measure off here. Whoops, that got stuck to the mesh there. And then they don't have to be exactly, you know, the same width, or just once you put it together, it just kind of makes that. Good morning, Donis. Hello, Marlene. Hello, Madison. Let me get this color here. And we're just gonna, well, this one's, let me cut this part off. This one's had a little, so we're just gonna measure off here. All right, and then what do? Is I just go back and do the same type of pattern, laying down the fabric. And I just keep a lot of the extra, I think this one, let me get this one over here. Pink with the roses on it. Just gonna let that hang, and then our mesh here, and then our pink we have here. So we're just gonna lay this. Okay. So now that we have that, I just kind of bundle it up and I just kind of see what it looks like so far. And then we're going to take, I'm just going to take, oops, a piece of this and I'm going to tie it all off. And then I just kind of leave it hanging. And then we're going to attach this to the actual bow part once we get it made, and then we'll trim if we need to, but I want to have it really long. So let's get to our bow part here. Oh, that's knocked my camera over. Oh, it was already wanting to fall over this morning anyways. I did get a new stand that Madison and her boyfriend got me for Christmas, and it's the big tall with the big light on it. So I have the light shining over here. It's just too large to put on in front of me on the table. So I'm using the light from it. All right, and then what I do here is I go ahead and like tie these off. Let me just do one here. And then I'll put them together. Here. All right, so there's our first one, and we're going to cross them. I guess I could have used my jute too to make it a little skinnier, but this will be all covered up once I get my fabric around the whole thing. So I'm gonna get this excess off, and then we're gonna get another one. All right, so here we're gonna cross these two. I wonder what it would look like if I did. No, we'll just stick to the fabric here. I'm just going to cut off some smaller here. All these little stringies going everywhere. And then once I get them, let's see here. going to worry about the bottom part because we're going to tie our rags to the bottom to make the bottom part of our rag bow. All right, so I'm going to give this another tie here. So it's tight. We're going to make a little rosette out of, or I call them little rosettes out of fabric for the middle part. And then we're going to put our things around. I'm going to cut this off here. Little piece. All right, so now that I got the bow part at the top made, this part we're going to use for tying, but that's the top part of the bow. So let me throw this over there in my scraps. So now, what did I do with my little piece here? So now what I'm going to do is we're just going to attach this to our bow. And what I like to do is I put it towards the front and I take it towards the back here. Tie it off. I do one over the middle part because this middle part is going to be covered up by one of the little rosettes that I made. So I'm going to tie this off here. And then we're going to cover all that up where you don't see any of that. And then the rest, we're gonna let it hang down. So, let me do another little knot here. I know it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing because it's down here at my level. So I'm gonna cut off this excess here. We're gonna cover that up with a little rosette. I need to make one more because I didn't have enough for the center, but this is gonna hang down. So that's gonna be our hanging part. We're gonna get this in the middle. All right, so I'm gonna cover this up. So let's make our little rosette. So what I do is I just take, where's my fabric at? A longer piece. I'm gonna set this over here. And we're just going to take a little bit and do a line. So I've done these with like ties, like men's ties to make the little rosettes. I've done them with like fabric, ribbon. They're really easy. So you just kind of glue your half of your fabric. I only glue like halfway. And then as I go along, I just kind of twist it. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about once I get going. So I just roll it up. So start here and I just roll it tightly. This is going to be the middle part of the little fabric rosette. So I just roll a little bit till I get a good thickness there. Then I put a little dot of glue. And then as I start going, I just twist along making the rosette. So this one's going to be the center of our bow. And then I thought we would put like a little pretty bling in the middle of that. So we're going to start going. And then I just do a little bit of glue as I go around. And the twisting and the turning of it is what takes the form of the little rosette. I always have to be careful because I end up, oh, love the pink. Which, are you talking about this stuff? Are you talking about this pink stuff? I actually, if that's what you're talking about, that came from, I think it was in a bag from Goodwill. It was like a bag full of different fabrics, if that's the one you're talking about. So it was like in just like a bag full of different fabrics and ribbons. So it was kind of like a bag that they had just thrown a bunch of different material and stuff in. So it didn't have, and I don't think it has a name. No, it doesn't have a name on it. But there was green, like I have a green one too. So there was green inside that. There was like a light blue. It was just a mixture of stuff. So sorry, I don't really know where that, but if you're talking about the pink, like the lace that I got, that was actually a tablecloth from Walmart, like several Easters ago when they marked down everything. Yeah, I'm wondering if like, maybe like when I get off and I take, yeah, they turn out pretty cute and they look cool. Like if you do them with old men's ties, I've made some wreaths and made these with them on the ties, and then they're just very easy. So you can kind of just sit in front of the TV while you're watching TV and just make a lot of these. But they're very easy, and once I get it done, I'll show you how it turns out. They're really cool too, because I've taken some of the scarves that they've had out at springtime from the Dollar Tree, and they're, you know, colored ones, and I've made some with that. So there's some really, they make really cool rosettes, like especially when you've got like fabric that's like got different patterns on it. Oh, Willow's, she's looking at recipes over here on my Alexa show. She's over here playing on the Alexa show over here, typing in stuff, or pressing in stuff rather. What are you doing up there? Alright, so once you get them formed, Willow, get down. Once you get them formed, that's how they turn out. And so I made one with that stretchy fabric. I made one like this, and I made one out of that tablecloth fabric, the lace. So we're gonna use those. This one's gonna go in the middle of our bow here, and actually we could make one out of that. So we might make one with that. We may, but we're gonna put this in the middle of our bow here. I'm just gonna put some. I'm gonna hold that there. So I thought we could add this pretty bling here in the middle. I think that would be pretty. I'm just gonna kind of hold that there for just a moment. So once we get that, I'm just gonna put some here. All right. Okay, so there's our bow. We've got our bow made, hanging down. I love how these just hang down. They just look so pretty. I'm just gonna cut this shorter one off so you can't see that. There we go. There we go. So you just kind of like, and it doesn't matter like the bottom, you don't have to have them the same length. That's what makes it look really cute and pretty. So we're gonna use this when we get to our, and I think I probably will use one of those, make one out of this. So we're gonna put this towards the bottom of our heart here, and because I wanted it to hang down here at the bottom. So we're gonna put a little bit of blob of glue there. We're gonna just hold it there. And we're just gonna kind of let it sit and set up. Gonna hold it tight, pushing down, and then we're gonna start embellishing our heart with some of the other fabrics and items I have for today. so now, so this is, it's still wanting to, let me press it down. All right, so that's what it's gonna look like when we get done. So it's hanging down like that. So now, so I have an old hymnal book from our church. And we're going to make a little heart. I'm just going to do it like old school, like cut it like we would making a heart. Let me just get it folded right. She got one of those little yapping little dogs, like that I remember having one as a kid. My aunt got her one for Christmas, so that's what you hear yapping in the back. Let's see, I may need to, yeah, let me cut it down some. Make it a little bit smaller. And we're going to use some Mod Podge to put that on with. You hear the little thing. So let's go ahead and make another one of these real quick, and then I'll get the Mod Podge because I think I left it in there on my little cart. So with this, I'm not going to fold. I'm just going to roll it up some and put a little dot. So the wider the fabric, the larger, and then also the length, like ever how long you cut the fabric is how big they're going to be, and then also the width of your fabric. So I just kind of just grab something that I'm going to use and just use that to form the little rosette. So we're going to do this, use some of this. Hello. This one's actually doing pretty good with this type of stuff. I really don't even know what you call this, but I like the material that it's, whatever this is. And someone on here may know what it is. But I thought I would take a picture with Google after here, and then if it pulls up what it is, then I will put the link on there where you guys can find it. But yeah, I don't know. It was just in a bag from Goodwill, like with a bunch of different stuff. Sometimes you can look up and find like some really good craft stuff. So Willow has all her new toys from Christmas, but she's in here playing in my laundry basket. Like, she does that a lot. She'll get the laundry basket, she'll have all the toys out, but she'll go and get inside the laundry basket and like rock it and do whatever. But it's like, you have all these toys, but you're playing with a laundry basket. Close it. Close it. She's learned how to open my freezer doors on the bottom of my refrigerator. Close it, Willow. Close it. Hey, Willow, close the drawer. Yeah. Last night, Madison was leaving to see. Look how this one turned out. See, look, that one's pretty cool. Last night, Madison was leaving to go somewhere, and she said, "Will you give me a hug, Madison? I mean, give me a hug, Willow." She said, "I can't." She's like, "What do you mean you can't?" And then she started like saying some stuff and like moving her hands like she was trying to explain why, but she said, "I can't." And then she went to Maddie's door yesterday and was knocking on it, and I said, "Madison's not here." And she said, "Yes, she is." I said, "No, she's not." She was arguing with me. All right, let me go get the Mod Podge. What are you doing? No, ma'am. Go in there. Here, watch out. Willow. No, ma'am. Out of this way. No, get out. No. No. Okay. Let me get my Mod Podge here, and we'll get this little heart put on. Willow, what are you doing? I told you to stay out of the drawer. Okay, let me see if I can get this flat there. Alrighty, so we're gonna press that around. I just kind of wanted these to show. Let me get another piece here. We're gonna make a smaller one to put on the other side, just kind of like over here. Hey, close it. You're making my alarm go off on it. Close it. Let's do it a little bit smaller. Alright, so now I got those on there. Let me just kind of stick that in there. Alright, so far this is what it's looking like. We're going to get our little rosettes put up here at the top. I'm going to kind of Willow, close the drawer, please. And we're just gonna I'm just gonna kind of place them first to see if how I want to arrange them. Let's see here. Let me see if that's how I want it. I'm kind of hold it up and look at it and eyeball it. I need like maybe one more over here. We'll do one with another one of these. And then we'll add our buttons on there. And it should be good to go. She didn't close my drawer. Yes, they are very fun to make. These Like you can just sit and just make them. It's kind of like therapeutic, like making them. You can just sit and make a bunch of different ones, especially while you're watching TV. Like it's just kind of like, you can't mess them up. Like they're really easy. You can do so like my Cricut machine, I can cut the flowers that cut them out, and then you just kind of roll them up, like the pattern that it cuts out. So I have made some with paper using the Cricut machine. She's got one of my ice packs stuck at the door, so it's not closing that drawer in, so that dinging, it keeps dinging. Hello, Vintage Grace Decor. Hello, Stacy, welcome. Yes, I am making the little roses with the fabric right now, to have one more on this other side. But you can see how fast you can make them. I had made those other ones yesterday when I made the other one that I was just kind of wanted to see how my little design would go using these. And like I said, when I get done, I'll show both of them. When I get both of these finished. Okay. I'm just gonna put a little bit. All right, so now let's see. I kind of just want to make it where it's not like, let's see here. How do I want to do this? That one's stuck. Okay, I'm gonna put these two like this, and that one there. Well, you know what? I may not even need this one, but I kind of thought I may need it. All right, I'm gonna glue these two here. Glue that one there, let that flop there. We're gonna glue this one over here. Okay, let me get that there. We're gonna get this one up. Whoop! I almost dropped it. I'm gonna get that one there. We might use this one. I thought we would need it, but we may not. All right, so this is what it's looking like so far with all of this hanging down. So there we go. All right, now I'm gonna take my, got some lace with some buttons on it. Let's pull these over here. All right, let's see, we made. Get that. Yeah, we'll do it like this. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue there, a little bit here. Do that so I don't get my fingers. All right. And then I did have this. I don't think this may take away from our, oh no, that looks pretty good. And let me see this one, our one arm made. we'll do this one up there. That other pink is kind of like taken away from the pink down here. So we'll put that there. And we are going to, I'm not going to use the holes that were in there, just because I wanted to use my fabric. How would it look if I did? Where's my fabric? Let me go fix my drawer. That's driving me crazy. She's got it. All right, let's see here. Let's cut. Make this thinner. All right, so now I'm gonna flip this over to the back, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like tie a knot as if like it is, you know, tied there. I just think it kind of looks better when it's like a knot tied. All right, and then we're going to let me cut off some of this. And kind of get that a little bit. Let that sit there just a moment. Let that sit up. I'm gonna grab the one I did yesterday so I can show you what it looked like, or what it looks like. Let me get these stringies off of here. That's what you kind of have to get off once you do the little rag bows. You have to pull the strings. All right, and then I'm gonna grab that one that I did yesterday. See if we can show you what that one looks like. All right, so now that we got this, we turn that off so I don't get burned. Let me make sure I caught up with everybody. Let me go back up. Don't want to miss anyone. Willow, what are you doing? Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Shop Paradise Creations. Thank you. So here is our final little heart hanger with that long rag bow finish at the bottom. I think this turned out really cute. Again, I'll be pulling off all the stringies. But here's the one I did yesterday. Hold on, Willow. Hold on. There you go. There you go. So here's, I'll kind of hold that one like right there for a minute. So here's this one that I did yesterday. That one's a little bit different. So it doesn't have as much as the length of the rag bow, but I did this one a little different. And I put the hymnal paper over the whole thing. So that is yesterday's that I did. And then this is today's. So I will have both of these on my website for purchase if anybody is interested in these two. So I'll put them up this afternoon. I'll try to get both of these put on there. You should see the link to my website on the bottom. I will be sending out, if you subscribe to my email, I'll send out an email about my live auctions that I'll do. I'm needing to get one done, but right now my dad has COVID and I don't want to go over there, and that's where all of our things are in storage in the she shed. So I'm trying to stay clear for a little bit so we can get everything. But make sure, if you haven't already, just subscribe to my email. You'll get information there of when we have sales and events. But thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And up after me is the pink butterfly. She'll be coming on. And hope you all have a great rest of the event. I just thought these were really pretty. And I've had these heart hangers for a while. Like, literally, I'm sure a lot of you just buy up things to have once you find them marked down. And then you have like a big collection of all kinds of things. Like, you just don't even know what all the stuff, like, we just have so much. But again, I will take a picture of this with my phone on Google and see if it pulls up what this stuff is called. And then I will put it in the comments here of my video so that anybody can look it up. But yeah, I'm not really, it doesn't have a name. Let me see if the other one does. I don't think it does. No, it's just, there was blue, there was this green. But I'll take a picture of it and see if it'll pull up anything, information on it, and then I'll tag it onto this video. But yeah, so, but this turned out really, really cute. And I will have these up later on my site so you can see those. And I did have I think I connected it should be showing my link, but if you don't see it, I'm just gonna put it down here and pin it to the page here. But this is my site where I have all my different collections, and you can check it out. And then you can sign up for my email as well. So I'm just gonna kind of pin that. And it should pin it at the top. Yep, there we go. All right, there we go. Okay, and then, like I said, I will try my best to see what this stuff is called. But up after me again is the pink butterfly. Oh, wait a minute. My mom's saying it came from Hobby Lobby. I thought it came in the bag of like the Goodwill stuff. So she said it came from Hobby Lobby. So still, I'll look it up on Hobby Lobby's site. I'll also see if I can just find it on Amazon or whatever. But yeah, she's saying it came from Hobby Lobby. But I thought it had like came in a mixture of different bags of stuff that we got at Goodwill. But yeah, so check out Hobby Lobby for this stuff. It would be back in, you know, the ribbons, fabrics. And two, I'll try to see if I can get the name of it. So I'll just kind of, because see, it kind of looks like it's, like it has different like little things where it's attached. I'm not sure really, but if my mom knows what the name is, she can put it on here, but I'll look it up anyways. But I will catch you guys later. I'm going to pop in on different events throughout the day. I may not be able to catch you live. Oh, so it's some type of binding. Okay. Maybe in the quilt section of like Hobby Lobby, maybe like a binding for that. I'm not sure. But we'll find out what it is. Try to anyways. But yeah, I will pop in on others today. I may not catch you directly live, but I'll go back and watch your replay. It's kind of hard sometimes. Like I have a wild child running around everywhere. So we'll try to jump in live some. I may not be able to stay the whole time, but we'll catch you on the replay. But again, enjoy the rest of the event. If you have any questions, you can just message me. But have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys next on my next event, which I can't remember if it was it is the 21st. I'll be doing an event with Lolly. So, and I can't remember what the theme is for that. But I will catch you guys later. Have a great rest of your event. If you didn't catch me live, you can watch the replay. Just let me know you watched. But enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. Bye.